All right, should have reconnected. Um, yeah. Oh, all right. All right, it's good. All right. This new Chainsaw Man out, man, bro. Cause they faked me out last week. They literally faked me out last week. Like they sent a notification to my phone. I seen it. I was like, all right, bet. Like when I get back to the spot, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna start streaming to get this new Chainsaw Man 228. But then I get on stream and I check it and they didn't even drop nothing. So I'm like, all right, bro, whatever. So, but it's CSM Tuesday. They just dropped a new chapter. I feel like I haven't read a Chainsaw Man chapter in forever, you know what I'm saying, depending on like how fast these chapters be going. But no, I'm excited, man. I can't wait to get into it, dog. Um, but just a quick rundown of last chapter, we remember like essentially they got that primal fear of the locust, whatever locust devil out of hell. And and then randomly also was just able to get her body back, which I did question. Was like, wait, how is she just able to? Did she do a binding vow? Then did Sukuna come out here and say in chain? Like, how is she was just able to get her her body back, right? But essentially, um, as I thought, she ended up backstabbing Denji, playing dirty because I mean, he started it first, but you know, I guess you could say she did second. So yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, man. Whew. Anybody in the chat? Hey, how y'all Tuesday been? Oh, I'm lagging. Hold up, give me 1 second. Phone lagging. All right. Why is it? Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, let's get into it, man. All right, Chainsaw Man 228. Okay, well, whoa, hold up. Okay, hold up. Okay, whoa. This is already looking kind of crazy, yeah. All right, bet. Okay, page one. So we see crows flying, Denji's leg on the ground, body absolutely massacred. You know, he's on his last he's on his last strand. She's looking at him with that defeat look, like yeah, I got you. You're a checkmate, and you can't get out of this one. You're good. That's how she really looking at my man's. But essentially, he shoots out a chain which grabs onto a stop sign or a speed sign, I'm guessing, and then to pull him, I'm guessing, away from the area that he was in. Oh, oh my! Am I tweaking? Okay, wait, look. He shoots out a chain and it grabs onto this pole right here. Like she's standing to the left of him and it grabs onto the pole right there. And then the next page is just her looking at him with, defeat, and he's still getting pulled, and he's still getting. Where is this pull, my man? Was it farther than it was before? I'm guessing he shot another one, and it was farther. And then she gets on the chainsaw motorcycle and is tracking down Chainsaw Man with the more. Is it that serious? She she got on the motorcycle. Yoru not playing. Yoru like, yo, I'm sick and tired of this, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm using my own Chainsaw Man vehicle against you, bro. Wow, that's freaking crazy. That's actually insane. What? Okay, but what is the need for this though? All right, whatever. Next page. Okay, he's still getting pulled. Oh my lord! She said, nobody. She said, nobody get in my way. Nobody. Yo, what? She slaps my bro in half. Yo, hold up, yo. Yeah, that's actually crazy. What? So she slashed my man's in half. And then he ends up hitting, or he ends up hitting a wall, I'm guessing, or some kind of block in the roadway. And then the chainsaw girl is still out there, so he grabs his cord by his mouth, yanks it to go boom, and then he gets one of the R back, and he's like, "I need blood," but she's still after him. She got that look. Oh my, she got that look. Yo, what does this look remind me of, bro? This look, bro. Hey, I know what y'all know. Yo, y'all remember that SpongeBob episode where where they was talking about bad about Sandy's Texas or whatever, and then she started coming after him. She dead was trying to kill him. Like, but then she started coming after him, and her face, bro. This is exactly her face, bro. Yoru got exactly Sandy's face in this panel, bro. Like, look at her menace. She's like, I'm done with you. I got my Mangekyo Sharingan. Look, I'm done with you. You're cooked. You thought you was finna win. You're not. That's her look. So she's like, I need blood. She's on her way. She was looking at him with this death stare. And then she's like, hey, I'll tell you the shreds, like, straight up, gang. Straight up, gang. I'm gonna tell you shreds, gang. Like, all right. My fault, bro. Hey, all right, cool. So, and then he throws up. He th- he threw up a pigeon. the pigeon devil. I'm guessing it looks like a pigeon, but then she remembers the trauma from the chicken devil. Okay, which caused her to essentially stop in her tracks from running into Chainsaw with the motorcycle. And I'm guessing it causes her to lose control, fall, hit a random wall, and then we just see a crow flying in the air. She's on the ground bleeding. Yeah, I'm not saying like why is she bleeding? Because she had a contract with the governor of California, if I remember, and she should be okay. But she's like, why won't this wound heal? Cause she's not getting up. And she said the wording of your contract specific specifies that the Americans that America what I have never in my 22 years of living I have never seen this word. That specifies that the Americansism shoulder attacks against you, doesn't it? When you crash your motorcycle into the school, those injuries didn't heal up. That means that the Americans won't help you if you hurt yourself. Oh, cooked, cooked, freaking cooked. Like a chicken biscuit from Popeyes cooked. Yeah, yeah, it might be up for her, but we'll see. Let's keep reading. So she's looking like, ooh, Asa looks at her. She says, why? She says, why do you avoid that dove? Yeah, it was a dove. Yeah, 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 okay. It was a dove. Wait, what is this chapter called again? Oh, dove. Okay, this chapter is called dove. She says, why do you avoid that dove? Because you hate it when birds are killed. Okay, so this literally clarifies it that Yoru has this whole time is like a I guess you could say like a Boruto karma, or you could say even I would say even Maharaga from JJK. I know those are crazy analogies, but essentially this whole time that she has been inside Asa's body, giving, taking control, taking back, is that percentage of Asa that is in her brain has essentially they're not separate, they're the same, which should be true because this isn't like I would say this isn't like oh, I'm sealed inside your body and only certain circumstances I'll be able to come out, essentially, right? But she's not, she just took over her body, but she just left some of her brain intact so she would be able to essentially be around normal people and circumstances or whatever. But yeah, it backfired on her in the long run. So honestly, I would say this is all Yoru's fault. From the beginning of chapter 1, when we first learned when Yoru comes in the story, what her plan is, what she's trying to do, she told us back, I could even bring it up right now. Hold it. It's got to be like 900 and something. When she said, so if we go back to 100, right? I believe is this. Um, or maybe it's 99. Wait, so wait, when did? Oh well. That's a 102. Oh, okay, so let me find this chapter. Um, yeah. Essentially, she said like I think it was in chapter. No, the Chainsaw Man Enthusiast is not on today. Wow, that's crazy. I don't remember, but I think we can go back to chapter 99. Yes, right here. Perfect. Okay. Chapter 99. She says she says, "I'm War Devil. I claimed your body. I left half of your if you took my body, how can I still move?" That's what she asked. "I left half of your brain intact. I'm unfamiliar with human society. This should keep them from finding out I'm a devil at your school." So this is what she says. But leaving that percentage of Asa's brain intact ended up making Asa's feelings and emotions and fears most off rubbing off on her to the point where she's feeling exactly how Asa's feeling and she can't control it, which made her act in a way that could potentially lose her this fight because she can't heal because Denji found there's because something I really liked about Chainsaw Man 2, and I know I'm yapping, but something I really like about Chainsaw Man 2 is that they always find a way that if you make a contract and there's a flaw somewhere in how you made the contract, they will find a way to undo exactly how you did. You know what I'm saying? And this could be brought up with Makima. This could be brought up with the aging devil. There's multiple instances where they have essentially made the contracts invalid in a way, and the way that they manipulate the character that has the overpowered contract, there's always a way to beat it. There's never a way to not beat it. And he beat it by, I don't know if he threw up the dove on purpose. What can't Dingy Man do? He can go to hell and back. He can shoot chainsaws. I'm pretty sure he can eat and throw up as many primal fears as he wanted to. Bro's overpowered, so I don't see why not. But I mean, it doesn't really give a clear instance of, you know, how how he was able to just outsmart her. I'm guessing. But even and it doesn't seem like they were in on it like back in their like secret world because also asks the question like, oh, like why didn't you avoid that dove? Or maybe she does, but she just wants to hear it from Yoru. So maybe her and Dingy were in on it this whole time, but I don't know. But unfortunately, we got a break week after this. Uh, you know, let's praise that Fujimoto and the angel gods come down and they bless this next chapter because I really want to see how this unfolds. It's looking like the fight has finally ended. Like, I mean, I honestly thought it was gonna end with the nuclear punch, but if this is really how it's gonna, I don't think she's done. Like, I don't think she's done. But she did take like when she crashed that motorcycle, like it did she ended up crashing into a building, yeah, and yeah, she was hurt. So maybe yours down for the count. We know Dingy's definitely down for the count. He needs blood. So if yours not down for the count right here, then I don't know who wins, honestly. So that's just my 2 cents. But yeah, man, this was I would say this chapter I would rank a 7.58 out of 10. It was really good. I wish they would have explained how Dingy was just able to just, you know, like how did he know to throw up the dove devil, I'm guessing what it was, to essentially make her injure herself of a silver lining in her contract to where she could be beaten in a way where she can't heal. So yeah, it's a little bit like but with Chainsaw Man, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow and don't really ask too many questions about it. That's just the decision. That's just how it went down. So, but I say this was hot. Yeah, definitely a 7.58. It was really good. I like Yoru's presence in this chapter too. She looked this is probably the most menacing, like scary, like I was really like feeling the war devil for real, like in this chapter alone. This chapter really brought out what war kind of really looks like. But it's too bad that she just ended up, you know, selling herself. But she was giving him that like that Yuji Itadori look that yeah, like hey, it's over, gang. Like don't be messing with me no more. Like yeah, and it's like I'm going straight for you, bro. I'm not turning nothing. But somehow he was able to, yeah, like he just he yeah yeah. So he literally just grabbed he literally just went into his mouth and grabbed the devil and threw up. And then she's like, I tell you to shreds. And as soon as she looked at what he threw up, it was a dove. And it reminded her of the chicken devil that Asa killed, that that essentially became the same fear as her through living with her, of having her brain tech that we saw back in chapter 99. And now she's laying on the ground essentially defeated, and I'm guessing, now is they're gonna have this, Yoru Asa talk, which I really do kind of like what Fujimo's doing with Asa talking to Yoru through like her defeat and her downfall. Essentially, what she wanted to do, because what she wanted to do was take over Earth and make it a world of war. So it'll be a non-ending war, and essentially get rid of death and everything that could stand in her way. So it's kind of the same thing Makima wanted to do: make a whole new world that got rid of anything that could possibly stand in her way, but or her ideal world, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, this was a good chapter. Definitely 8 out of 10. My final thoughts, this is really good. I can't wait to see how it goes. But I appreciate if anybody came in the stream, said what's up. Um, I'm gonna edit this right now and get this posted on YouTube. I appreciate y'all. Bless and love to all. Pieces bless. Love y'all. Um, yeah, man. So deuces. Rise out.